Question for Alex. Special teams seemed to be a huge key tonight. You were 7 for 7, I think, on the PK. What was going on there? Any adjustments you guys made, or just played better?
No, I thought we've been making adjustments as we go, just based on what they do. I think last game, I mean, they scored the one on the rush, but I thought we did a better job. So more of the same. Big thing for us is clearing the puck when we have an opportunity. So we were much better at that tonight, and it's not fun when you gotta keep breaking the puck out. So I think for us, the clears are the number one thing that we've really been a lot better at.
Ryan, 2 goals tonight. This seems to be your kind of year. Why is that? Maybe not by the calendar, but by the time of the season, the playoffs.
Yeah, obviously I want to perform at the key times, and yeah, it was nice to get on the board tonight. I think obviously I haven't been creating much offensively, so it was nice to put the puck in the back of the net. But yeah, just one game. I got to be consistent with it and lead the way in that area.
For both of you guys, if you don't mind, it seemed like you really got to your game, and you've talked about wearing them down. Did you sense that you actually kind of wore them down tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we've been building since game 1. I know we didn't get the results in the first 2 games, but we had a lot of offensive zone possession. Last game we had the same. So they want to play with speeds to the neutral zone, but it's tough when we're playing the offensive zone. So we've done a much better job of it. We're a lot tighter as a 5-man unit. So that's our game. That's what's been giving us success. So I think more of that will bring us some good fortune.
Ryan, can you take a stab at that one too?
Yeah, I think we built our game, and when we take care of the puck, it's effective and it's hard on them. I think it was nice with the obviously an emotional win last night, feeling good, coming back into the rink again today, and getting right to our game again. I think that was a big factor. Obviously, a lot of work left. We got to stick to our structure.
Thanks.
Our next question comes from Thomas Drance of The Athletic.
Alex, I want to ask this question of you because we've seen as this series has transitioned to the Canucks having last change that, in front of you, Ryan's had different matchups, game 3, game 4. Looks like they're searching for an answer, and they're still just not getting a ton when he's on the ice. From your position on the ice, sort of looking ahead, how do you see that unfolding from your position?
This guy? Ryan? Well, like I said, that whole line, I think now with Schwartzy up there, making their top guys defend, it's tough on them. Those are tough minutes, and they're so strong in the offensive zone that, I play against them in practice, and it's difficult. So it's not fun to defend as much as they make you defend, and they're strong in the puck, and they're back checking. So again, they're playing the offensive zone and making the smart decisions with the puck. I mean, their offensive zone time is probably really high, and that's why they're having success offensively too. So again, starts with face-off. He's good on draws, and you don't win the Selke for no reason.
And Ryan, just from your perspective, what sort of different challenges did you face tonight with that Horvat matchup versus the Pettersson matchup that you'd seen a little bit more of in the first 3 games? And where do you feel like your game is in terms of helping or willing your team to, back into the series essentially?
Yeah, both those lines talking about are highly skilled. They work. It's never really an easy shift against them, and I think our mentality as a line is we can't give them anything for free. Got to make them earn everything, and it's supporting each other. I thought as a line we're really connected. We're reloading well, which allows us to be aggressive, and they're great players over there, and it's just we have to be leading the way in the sense of playing the right way and being hard on those guys every chance we can, no matter which line it is.
And I'm just hoping I can ask one more, and I'll pose this to Ryan, but was tonight the first time we saw the type of Blues hockey that'll get you guys to where you want to go in Edmonton?
Yeah, obviously it's taken a lot longer than we wanted, but there's still some things to clean up as well. By no means was it a perfect game. At times we can see it and see how effective it is. But there's some things to clean up. We have to be more consistent with it. And again, it's a back-to-back. We did the right things. Next game everyone's gonna be more fresh. We're gonna have to find a way to create and get to our system right away.
Thank you, gentlemen.
We'll now take questions from Zoom. A reminder to direct your question to either Alex or Ryan. First question comes from Jeremy Rutherford.
For both of you guys, Darren Pang said on the broadcast, your first goal, that Alex, you missed the shot on purpose so Ryan could play it off the boards. He said, we'll find out when we talk to those guys later on. Can you let us know, was that planned?
Yep. No. No, I mean, I saw the one. I was telling David Perron before that when I go across the blue and I'm going to have that back against the strong side for a chance. I mean, it's obviously a good bounce, but I was kind of looking for a tip for Schwartzy or him. So I had a couple one-timers and prior to that, and I had seen that lane the second time. So it's nice when you win the draws like that. So it wasn't a set play, but it was a kind of the area that I wanted to get at and hope for a rebound.
Yeah, I think, it's just a good shot. Obviously, we got to play fast and be aggressive, and when a draw like that, it's dangerous. You know, Schwartz did a great job of being in front there, providing a screen, and the boards are lively, so it's playing fast and ready to attack. And it was a good bounce. It definitely kind of sparked us. So it was a play that obviously helped get us going.
Our next question comes from Tom Timmerman.
Alex, you go back with Jake a long way. Think about what he has meant to this team over the last 48 hours or even 28 hours probably, coming in and 2 wins when you needed 2 wins. What can you say about what he's meant to this team right now?
Well, as a professional, I mean, the way he prepares, even when he's not playing, the way he practices, the way he works with Benner and Davey. I mean, we got 2 guys that are, great goalies, and tonight was another prime example of it. And I think everyone knows the stories of what Jakey did last year to help Benner. So when you got 2 guys that are pros that are pushing each other, it's not easy. He hasn't played. I don't know if he played last year in the playoffs, but step in and play the way he's playing. It's fun to watch, and we're confident in both of those guys, and it's good to have that tandem because I know they push each other as well.
We'll do 2 more for the guys. The next question comes from Luke Korek.
Ryan, for both you and Alex, Ryan, from your perspective, maybe early in the series, do you feel like the game was played more in the middle of the ice and that virtually feeds into their speed and transition game? And now as the series has gone on, do you guys feel like you're starting to put the pucks in the right places along the boards and along the walls, and that's feeding into your game and taking away from what they do best, and you guys are winning a lot of those wall battles and board battles? And Alex, from your perspective in the D zone, is that happening as well, where you guys are just, imposing your will on them now and winning those battles along the walls and the boards?
Yeah, absolutely. I think those first game, we're feeling it out a lot, trying to do things the right way, but just kind of the speed gives a lot of issues. And but when we stay connected and kind of stick to our structure, you could see that makes it more difficult on them. So definitely these last 2 games, we've done a much better job of that, and not feeding their transition. It's just we're slowly finding our game.
Yeah, same thing, Lou. I mean, he touched on it there, staying connected. I mean, as a 5-man unit, I think we're getting up and down the ice a lot better. So they got guys that can play, high skill through the neutral zone. We've seen that. They've made some plays. So we're connected as 5 in the neutral zone. That leads into the D zone. We're getting out a lot quicker. We're playing a lot more simple, and that's leading to a little more success in the D zone.
We'll do 1 more for the guys. It comes from Dan Rosen, NHL.com.
Yeah, this is for Alex.
Go ahead, Dan.
Sorry about that. Alex, this is for you. How does Ryan's hockey sense impact what you can do on the ice, what you try to do on the ice? And do you think it was a big factor in the outcome tonight, and the positions he was in to try to make plays to score the goals and set him up too?
Yeah, I know he said he hadn't got on the board yet, but it's just a matter of time, right? You create chances, create turnovers, create opportunities, you're gonna score goals. So I know for me, when I'm out there, at least with the whole line, especially him, you know what the game's gonna be. We read off each other. I know him and David read off each other. They've done that for a while, but I think the best part about playing with these guys, if they do make a mistake and they do turn the puck over, which happens when you have high skill like they do, the goal is to get that thing back as fast as possible. So I guess that's the definition of a two-way player. Once again, that's why you win the Selke, and doing everything at all ends of the ice, and penalty kill too. I mean, draws and clears and blocks and all the. I think as much praise as he gets, and he deserves it. There's a lot of little things that I don't think people even realize that he does that go a long way in a game. So, that's the definition of being a high-end player, and he deserves all the attention he's getting.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, bud.
Craig Berube here to take your questions. We're going to start in the press box here with Jim Thomas. Go ahead, Jim. We have Blues coach Craig Berube here to take your questions. We'll start in the media center here at Rogers Place with Jim Thomas. Go ahead, Jim.
Craig, special teams were an issue for you guys earlier in the series. Tonight you dominated, including 7 for 7 on the PK. Just what went into that effort on the penalty kill? Did you make some tweaks, or did they just play better?
Block shots, seam passes, took away the middle, did a good job with that. We made them go back up top with it, and then when Hughes shot it or one of their flankers shot it, we got the blocks and our save.
It's essentially a best of 3 series. How do you approach that?
Same way I approached it when it was 7. We just focus on game 5. That's it. I don't look past it.
Just game to game then. Your forecheck was really strong tonight. Did you get the sense that you were wearing down Vancouver as the game progressed?
Well, yeah. I mean, we that's a big part of our game for sure is our forecheck. We wanted the puck on the end boards all night down there. I think our guys did a good job through the neutral zone understanding that, getting the puck in deep and then forechecking, and then, it is just forcing them into making a bad exit, and we get the puck, and then, we did a good job of, hanging onto the puck in the offensive zone and being patient and shooting pucks, and we had traffic. So real good job that way by our team.
Did you have to think much about coming back with Allen, and what did you think of his work tonight?
No, we always think about it. We got 2 really good goalies. So, Jake felt good, and he played a strong game. I had a gut feeling that just went with him. He was excellent again.
Last thing for me, you mentioned Tarasenko and Steen were day to day, but with the team getting on a roll like this, is it going to be hard to change this lineup?
Well, we'll just see. Like they're unfit to play right now, and that's we'll see what happens if they become ready to play.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Thomas Drance of The Athletic.
Craig, we've seen now that the Canucks have last change, OReilly get a couple of different matchups in Game 3 and Game 4, which suggests that, his lines posed a problem for your opponents. When you have the luxury of being able to put him out against any number of lines, what's that experience like from a coach? What sort of comfort does that bring you?
Yeah, he's a great two-way player and very reliable defensively, and we use him a lot of different, ways. I mean, we have other guys that, can play against top lines, and, we're a deep team. And so, if I want to get OReilly away from somebody, or a team wants, to get their certain matchup away from OReilly, then I got other guys that are going to play against them. That's how I approach it.
He seems to have particularly had a really strong series 5-on-5. I know he contributes in other areas of the game. As you've built your game as a team in this bubble and sort of, reached probably your best 60 minute performance tonight, how key has he been in sort of getting there?
Well, yeah, he's a huge part of our team. There's a lot of other guys that are too. Like we're we really focus on a team first mindset, and he leads that. I think, he's a real good leader that way. He understands that the team has to come first, and it's, in a role we ask of a player, or just leadership on and off the ice. A lot of things play into it, but he's, we were not happy after losing the first two games. Our team, we're a very competitive team, and he's a very competitive player. So, we weren't happy. We thought we played pretty good hockey, but they were better, a little bit better, and they beat us. So we had to play better, and we did. And he's provided a real good leadership that way.
We'll now take questions from Zoom. We'll start with Tom Timmerman.
Craig, the third period tonight, was that what you want to be seeing? It seemed like they were playing with confidence. They kept going and attacking as compared to some other third periods.
Yeah, other than the penalties, it was a real, good period. We controlled the puck, controlled the play, played smart, good line changes, but you can't take that many penalties in the third period.
Our next question comes from Jeremy Rutherford.
Greg, I'm assuming that Blais and Thomas are both okay since they came back. What did you make of those two incidents involving those two players? I think Roussel maybe did something to Sanford. I'm not exactly sure. So Blais just came in to grab him, and he got punched in the face. I mean, that's about all I'm going to say about it. Thomas, I really don't know. I got to look at the tape on that one.
We'll do two more for Coach. First Lou, then Dan. Go ahead, Lou Korek.
Greg, you always talk about, from an offensive standpoint, putting pucks in proper places in the offensive zone. Do you feel like as this series has gone on, you've been able to do that and enables you to make those wall and board plays? And Alex Pietrangelo was talking about, from a defensive standpoint, you guys are playing more as a you're connected more as a five-man unit now. What do you feel like it's taken to get to that point in this series now?
Well, I think, I think all series we've been, doing a lot of it, but it just, I didn't see in the first two games waves of it, if that makes sense. Like, line after line on the same page, doing the same thing along with the D. Tonight was probably the best of it I've seen, where, one line after another, five guys on the ice, were involved together, in the forecheck, on the offensive zone, tracking back, defensive zone. And that's what we need to be. That's the strength of our team, is our team and the team game.
We'll do one more for Coach before being joined by David Perron and Jake Allen. Go ahead, Dan Rosen.
Yeah, Craig, about Ryan O'Reilly, we hear so much about the overall game, the defensive game, the faceoffs and all that. He's factored into your last 5 goals. What do you think he has done well to contribute offensively in these last 5-6 periods that you guys have played?
Just possess the puck more than anything. I think that line's had a lot of good opportunities all 4 games that they've been together. They really, our 3 games, I switched them after game 1, but they've been hounding, and they've been, really getting on top of Vancouver's defense, stripping pucks, keeping the puck in the offensive zone, working, shooting, getting to the net. And O'Reilly, he's a great power play guy too. He got a power play goal tonight. So they've been a good power play all year. So it was just a matter of time before they would click. But he's just all around the puck all the time, in the offensive zone, and his line, they're on the same page. They work really well with each other. And when you have 3 guys that are on the same page and moving, and his stick work is excellent, stripping pucks and keeping pucks alive, and he scored a fantastic goal tonight, 5-on-5.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
We have David Perron and Jake Allen here to take your questions. We'll start at the Media Center here at Rogers Place with Thomas Drance of The Athletic.
David, I just have one question for you. I just want to ask you about what you're seeing from your line overall. Seems you're spending a ton of time in the offensive zone, giving up very little. What's allowed you guys to be successful? What's Jaden brought to it, and what are you seeing out of OReilly in particular?
Well, I mean, those two guys are just all over the puck all the time. Schwartzy with his cutbacks, his skating ability, doesn't lose the puck often, and the same thing with Ryan. I think him and I have played together for a while now, and it's kind of his second goal there with OReilly. It's just a play that we're used to doing. We know where we are at all time, basically on the ice, and it's good that we connected again.
Is there something in your mentality that makes you guys hungry to get the puck back if you lose it?
Yeah, I do think that we noticed little things that we know there's going to get an opportunity off certain plays. I think O'Reilly could feel that I was going to get the puck there, and he kind of got behind their two guys there, and it's just little things from playing overtime, I think, together. Again, with Schwartzy, yesterday he gave me at least 5-6 good scoring chances from his skating abilities, cutbacks. I was just waiting on the dots for shots, and it's just tough to defend because if they don't cover him, then he just takes it to the net himself.
Our next question comes from Jim Thomas.
Question for David. I know you're a big proponent of the forecheck. Did you like what you saw tonight, and did you get the sense you were wearing them down as the game progressed?
Yeah, that's how we need to play. I think we started coming on game one a little bit, even more so game two, and then obviously game 3 and 4. We stayed with it the whole time. It was great to see. We need to do that if we're going to have any success here.
Question for Jake. Jake, after last year, you basically watched the playoffs. What does it mean? What's the feeling like to help pull your team out of this 2-0 hole and now have the series tied?
Yeah, obviously this year's a unique situation. I knew I had to be ready. You don't have 82 games to prep yourself, for the playoffs. So it was just, working hard, being ready, and got a chance and try to make the most of it. The guys have played really hard the last couple of nights, and hats off to them. Made my job not overly difficult, and it's got us right back in the series here. So it's good to be battling with the guys. It's been a while, but it's been fun.
Jake, I don't think you played a back-to-back since like the 2017-18 season. I mean, what is the approach any different to playing 2 games in 24 hours?
Not really. I think just a little bit later bedtime than usual, but I'll try to get the same mindset. Just last night, enjoy it for a little bit, get some sleep, then wake up. Try not to think about the game. Just sort of go about your day, getting your rest, and longer days, obviously with the 8:40 start, and just trying to keep you mentally fresh until that time. I think that's the biggest thing, is just keeping your mentality in the right mindset and go from there.
Last one for me, for David. It's a best-of-3 series now. How do you approach it?
Yeah, we got to keep momentum. We got to keep playing the same way, and I think that's the way I see it. We could have won game 2, but it didn't happen. So let's just keep playing the way we are right now.
We'll take a few questions from Zoom now. First question comes from Tom Timmerman.
Jake, as the game went on today, could you just sense confidence building in this team? It looked like by the time you got to the third period, you guys were just in control.
Yeah, I thought after game 1, game 2 we got better. Game 3 we got better, and tonight we got even better. So I think the game's building in the right direction. The guys are playing hard, playing smart. Our PK was good tonight, and so I think definitely momentum, building a little bit of momentum in our game and some confidence. Obviously it wasn't easy to go the first 4 or 5 games here, round robin playoffs without a win. So just to build some confidence here is huge.
Next question comes from Luke Koreger.
David, you've known Jake now for a long time, and just The luxury of having just two solid goalies, you guys talk about it all the time, but the fact that, you can get a guy like this that can just step in and you don't miss a beat and lose a beat, just how comforting is that to know that you can fall back on two guys that have such high quality like this?
Yeah, it's unreal. We're very fortunate. I think most of all, we see how great of a teammate Jake was last year, the way everything happened, and even so this year, how hard he works in practice. I do a lot of the goalie warm-ups with him every day, and Benner and OReilly, and see how hard he works every single day to keep getting better. It's very impressive, and it reminds me a lot of Fleury there in Vegas and Lander, the situation. They have two good goalies, and the same thing with us here. So it's great to see Jake the way he is right now.
We'll do one more question in English. Go ahead, Dan Rosen, NHL.com.
Yeah, this is for David. David, how does Ryan O'Reilly's hockey sense impact what you guys do out there and can do or try to do out there? And how big of a factor do you think it was in the outcome tonight?
Everything. I mean, he's doing everything right on the ice. I'm just lucky to be on his line, to be honest, and that we have chemistry. We're connecting pretty good on the ice. He's not the fastest guy, but everything else he's got, his intelligence on the ice is incredible. He always finds the open spots. He's always positioned well, whether it's on the power play, PK, blocking shots, whatever you need, he's doing it. So extremely impressive.